Today I'm going to share with you a realistic AM routine. So I'm going to go through everything that I do in the morning that fits it all in, how I make everything work in a morning, and I filmed it literally as I woke up. I knew last night that I was going to do this today, so I filmed it as I woke up, and it is a realistic, literal morning for me. So I want to get right into it. I have a few other things to share with you that I think are kind of exciting announcements, but let's get into it. First of all, when I get up in the morning, I head straight for the coffee. Now, if I'm being really good and being honest, I like to have my collagen drink first. Like, I will make a giant collagen drink, but I did not this morning. This morning, I literally rolled out of bed, and the first thing I thought of was that I needed a cup of coffee. And so I headed straight for the coffee and made myself a cup. I usually only have about 1 cup of coffee. Very rarely I will go back a little bit later in the morning and have a second cup, but not too often. And it is a good sized cup of coffee, but it does the trick for me. Okay, so the reality is, I could sit here all day, but I like to just sit and drink my coffee, check my emails, and red light, stuff like that. It's passive stuff so that I can wake up, because 1 cup of coffee and usually I start to wake up. Now, if I was going to do microcurrent, this is when I would do it. I would do it as soon as my red light hat is done, or vice versa. I would do it first, and then I would do a red light hat, and then I will go on with my morning routine, which you will see. It's pretty simple. It's pretty straightforward, but I try to get some of these passive things done all at the same time. So my drinking coffee, my waking up, my checking emails, my red light hat, pretty easy to do, and then they're just out of the way. So yeah, now I'm gonna move on. If I was gonna do microcurrent, I would do it then. I didn't do microcurrent today. I just decided against it. But if I was going to, I would do it then, because I wash my face in the morning and I like to wash off the conductivity gel. So since I wash my face in the morning, I do the microcurrent first, then I will wash my face. But again, I didn't do it this morning. I decided not to. So I go in and I wash my face. I like to try to pick a face wash in the morning, especially on days like today when I seem to be like, I need a little extra help waking up. I like to use them with a little aromatherapy, something that is going to feel energizing. There's lots of face washes on the market like that, or there are so many face washes on the market. So I wash my face in the morning, and then I do my P50. Now, this is when I would do any acid exfoliating toner. So it doesn't have to be P50, but that's what I'm using right now. So I do my P50. I let that sit, and I've shared that many times now on this channel. It's really important to let your acid exfoliator work for a few minutes. So this is another time when I like to do a little bit of multitasking. Now on this day, today, I am actually, I have a scheduled conversation with Dr. Dan Yarosh all about DNA repair enzymes. And I am like over prepared, you guys. I have 5 pages of notes and questions for the man. It's gonna be, hopefully it's gonna be some fabulous content for you. But because of that, I felt compelled to do a little bit extra. I did a hand treatment, and you will see that. I will share that with you here. But this is a good time for that. Now, there are other things in life that I need to get done. Like my dog needs to be walked in the morning. And so I like to multitask, doing things like my hand treatment with walking my dog. The reusable gloves that I use, the gel-lined gloves, work so well with walking a dog or doing other things, because not only can you use them with like your phone if you wanted to, but they are perfect for outdoor stuff that involves using your hands, because they are just really, really comfortable. They're warm, so they keep my hands warm. And so I go out into my neighborhood looking extra chic, you guys. I'm telling you what, just did my P50, so my face is a little tingly and red. I've got on my pajamas with my tennis shoes, and I have on a puffy jacket that has seen better days, along with my reusable gloves, walking my dog. And let me tell you, cars drive by. I'm sure my neighbors have seen me like this many times, and it's like, oh, there goes Penn. But it gets all of that done, and when I get back, I've checked so many things off that You know, some were needed to have done, like the dog walking. Some were extra, but it was all at the same time. So it is absolutely perfect. So I get back, and now the P50 has set plenty of time. I don't worry about sun exposure or anything like that. It's pretty early in the morning, so I'm not worried about any of that for me personally. So when I get back, this is when I do my DNA repair enzymes from Photozyme. I use the youth recovery, and then I do a red light mask treatment. Now this is also pretty short. It's like 10 minutes or so. So it is not like this takes a ton of time. And again, it's giving me time to kind of wake up in the morning. So I put on some youth recovery. I let it sit for maybe 15 or 20 seconds, and then I do a red light mask. So for me, it's the Current body mask. That's the one that I've been using pretty consistently. And I just let that do its thing. And when I'm done with that, that's when I will move on with the rest of my skincare. Now, I want to let you know that recently I got a lip lift with Dr. Kim. And I have collected a ton of footage. I filmed the day of prior to going in. He filmed some for me. He and his nurse filmed some for me during the procedure, which is less than an hour long. I filmed the recovery process. I am still a little swollen, and it definitely needs to settle some more. But I figured we will be on this journey together now probably for the next, I don't know, maybe 3 months while it kind of, you know, settles into place. Let me know if you have any questions or anything that I can pass on, and I will do that. Okay, so the next thing that I am doing in my routine after I take off my red light is my pigment inhibitor. Now, I've said this before, but spring and summer is when I am super diligent with my pigment inhibiting products. In the dead of winter, I often leave them out. I don't even use them because I have retinoids and I have vitamin C and I have all the things on board. In the winter, because we have less sun here in the Pacific Northwest, I don't feel like I need to have a dedicated pigment inhibitor at this point in my skin journey. Now, in the spring and in the summer, 100% I need a dedicated pigment inhibitor so that I don't enter into the fall and winter with a bunch of pigment. So I'm using a new one to you, but it's not new to me, and it's called Vivacia. Now, this is probably the most innovative and unique pigment inhibitor that I have used in my routine. In the past, I've used Fade Bright, which is still a big recommendation. There are other pigment inhibiting products that are excellent. I'll try and list a few down below so that you have some options, but if you are somebody who struggles with pigmentation, hyperpigmentation, then this is a great time to be incorporating a pigment inhibitor, a dedicated pigment inhibitor. Now, Vivacia is super cool because it's a mousse and it has a bunch of pigment inhibitors in it. It has the big hitters like arbutin and tranexamic acid and some others, but it is in a mousse form, and so it is just really unique. It sits on the skin beautifully. I started out using it every other night, and then eventually went to every night, and now I am at every night and every morning. One more thing. If I wanted to do a serum right now or a mist, this is when I would do it, by the way. I like to do my DNA repair enzymes and then my red light. After my red light is when I do the rest of my skincare routine, and for me, I like to get the pigment inhibitor on my skin first, but then I could do my needleless serum, my Boom Boom Milk, some of my other, my Prequel Multi-Quench. Any of those serums would go now. Today, I'm not doing that because I'm trying to keep it sort of simple because I am going to wear makeup today because I'm doing that interview with Dr. Yarosh. So I don't want too much on my skin. I'm trying to keep it a little simple, but just know this is when I would personally do a serum, a mist, anything extra hydrating. I would add that in right here. So be on the lookout. I will definitely share more information about Vivacia and a little bit more about its, it's added into the family at Photozyme. They actually acquired Vivacia and they brought it on to their platform. And I'm super excited that they brought it on. When they told me a little while back that they were going to do it and they sent it to me for me to test out, I was beyond excited because, as you know, there are not a ton of really robust pigment inhibitors on the market. That's why Fade Bright is so fantastic. but this one is probably the best one that I've tried so far. So after I use the Vivacia is when I will use my vitamin C. And I like to do a THD vitamin C because it's a little bit more moisturizing, and I find that it can actually double as my moisturizer. And so I do that. And then the last thing that I do is my SPF. And so I really have this, between the DNA repair enzymes, the pigment inhibitors, and the antioxidants and SPF, it is full court press on protection from oxidative stresses and UV. That's my entire plan in the morning. Now I do go on days like this and I wear some makeup, and I have been fully into the line of makeup by Ciele. All of their makeup is SPF makeup. And I got it actually before I went to Hawaii, thinking that it would be a really good makeup to have as an option when I was going to be in a tropical location, and I haven't stopped using it. I love it so much. The foundation, which is like a tinted serum almost, is SPF 50. The blush is SPF 50. The highlighter is SPF 50. Everything from the line has SPF in it, and it's all so beautiful on the skin. So I use the Ciele foundation and blush today, and then I just put on some eyeliner and some mascara and a little bit of a lip, and that is my entire makeup look for filming with Dr. Urosh and also filming this. I probably will touch up a little bit before I film with him, but I'm really, really excited about that, you guys. I can't get over it. Anyway, so that's my whole AM routine. It's pretty straightforward. I know it sounds like a lot, but I do a lot of multitasking, and I try to get other things done while I am completing skincare tasks at the same time. That's how I fit it all in and make it work. And truth be told, all in all, it's like maybe a half an hour, and that includes walking my dog. So that's actually pretty cool. Maybe 40 minutes, including walking the dog. So that's not too bad for getting in several modalities and a hand treatment at the same time. Anyway, let me know down below if you have any questions. Let me know if you have any lip lift questions. If you have any questions for Dr. Kim that I will start to collect. Let me know if you have any questions that you would like to ask about my AM routine, about any of the products that I talked about, or about recommendations for other things. Or you can let me know what you're doing in your AM routine, and I will try my best to let you know if there's anything I would change or anything I would adjust, and I'll do my best, but it does take me a little bit of time because it's a little bit of a task. It's like every single person is an individual appointment. So be patient with me, and I'll do my best to get through the comments. I hope that you guys are having the most wonderful day, and I will talk to you in my next skincare video. Take care.